I'm going off the rails on the crazy train. Hey guys, it's Off the Rails podcast this week. We are missing our usual intro guy, Kenny, but with us we have Ian.
And I'm once again Taylor. And next to me is...
And I am Tony. I'm sitting here pushing all the buttons, being the guy in the chair.
And we have a special guest at the table tonight.
Yeah, you're going to hear a tiny little voice in the background.
That's not Taylor, surprisingly. It's Taylor's child, who somehow is smaller than her. I didn't think it was possible, ladies and gentlemen, but here we are.
Thank you.
Also, I love how each time we go in, you say, and once again, I'm Taylor, like you're expecting to be someone different.
I know.
Like I want you one time to just be like, and I'm Phil
and I'm
from
Phil.
Nebraska. I came here on the corn train. Just one time for me, please. Just one time.
Just one time.
Just one time.
Just.
And I'm Phil from Nebraska.
Just this once, please.
Yes. Okay. So, because we are lacking our usual driver of conversations, I will take over that role tonight, even though I apologize in advance if I suddenly break down in like tuberculosis sounding coughs. I'm still a little sick, but not as bad as I was last week. And for what it's worth, I do not pee sitting down. Kenny.
Oh my.
All right. So our first topic of conversation this week.
Oh, he does watch the podcast when he's away.
Yeah, I do. I also watch the other ones. Anyways, Taylor.
Yeah,
I told
Taylor.
you. I told you he was going to come back and be mad at me.
With
You're
a
like,
vengeance,
no,
I have
he doesn't
returned.
even watch the podcast. No.
Did you see the comment I left? Read her the comment
No, I didn't.
left.
I didn't. See the
I will.
comment.
Hold on one second. I'm doing a thing.
I was trying to be a good studio member and watch the podcast. Little did I expect all the slander.
See what you get for trying?
It wasn't just me.
Yeah, but you're the only one I can punish right now. Call this episode Bullying Minorities.
Hee
So mean to me.
Like I'm ever not.
There's one more. Do this here. That's not it. As a guy in the chair, I am failing today. Keep
Good.
talking. No
I'm
dead
going to
space.
give you the Hugo Weaving Red Skull. You are failing!
Yeah, keep talking. No dead space.
Blasphemy.
Okay, so,
Ian's dying.
a little bit. I'm dying, Dutch. I got tuberculosis. Yeah, so, Taylor,
Uh-oh.
are you big on Marvel animation? Did you watch Marvel cartoons as a kid?
I did.
Some of them, not all of them, though.
Did you ever watch Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes?
I don't
Yes.
think I watched that one.
In my opinion, that has to be the single best piece of Marvel animation, and I'd almost argue one of the best pieces of Marvel fiction, like Marvel work, in existence.
But speaking of Marvel animation, Paisley's been watching Phineas and Ferb, and I didn't know this.
How does that relate to Marvel animation
because Phineas
at all?
and Ferb did a Marvel crossover.
Of course they did.
They did. They actually did.
They
I will
did.
say this. This is true.
I literally
Where's that
had to have
YouTube
There was,
comment?
Tony
there was
come
Spider. What?
and
Where's
sit
that YouTube
watch.
comment, Tony?
Oh, the YouTube comment. Hold on.
The
let me
whole
pull-
reason you were on your phone.
No, actually, that wasn't while I was on my phone, sending out the link to people.
Once again, you are failing!
That is my job, actually.
To fail? Yes, we know, and you do it so well. We're proud of you.
Let's see. Yes, his comment. He says, "I heard it, and I'm coming for you all."
And I have come. Now, Tony. Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes. Is it the best piece of Marvel work? In my opinion, it's better than most of the MCU.
It is, actually. I like that a whole lot better. Hey! Hi, Julia. Thanks for coming in and checking out our podcast. Go ahead and stick around in the comments and chat with people. And tell us what you think about Marvel and stuff. Anyways, Earth's
You're not
Mightiest
the
Heroes.
problem, Julie. He is.
Unless maybe he is.
I mean, I probably am a problem. Hey, Back on. We're off
Earth-
the rails. We've already done it.
Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Earth's
Yes.
Mightiest Heroes.
I'd argue
Okay.
one of the best pieces of Marvel media in existence.
I actually like. I actually do like that one better than most of the others.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I like her topic.
I like the what is it? Marvel versus DC. We'll get into that. in a
We'll
minute.
break that down in a bit.
We'll get that. We'll get into that, Julia.
Your fridge is
Um,
open. Your fridge is open.
Oh,
Fridge open.
yep. The borrowers are getting into your fridge. So, yeah, I like the origin stories that they
Mhm.
had on them.
I like how they dedicated an episode to like each important character, but how it wasn't just like a standalone episode. The episode set up the world, like Hulk's episode especially. It doesn't only just set up Hulk; it sets up Hawkeye and the whole Gamma thing. Like Hulk's episode is almost like This most recent time I watched it through, I skipped a bunch of their episodes, but I had to watch the Hulk episode because it's almost like more crucial than any of the other episodes.
Hold on, my mic's gonna get loud. I gotta look for the stupid thing.
Pull the thing off.
So,
I am fixing it.
also, this has to be one of the best iterations of Hawkeye I've ever seen in media. He's
I-
so good.
I like that version of Hawkeye.
Well, they do something that everything besides Avengers 1 never did. They made Hawkeye absurdly useful. There are several times in the show where Hawkeye almost single-handedly clutch saves the entire team. Like, he is absurdly useful.
And they got his backstory right.
Uh-huh. Black Panther, T'Challa, spectacular.
A lot better than the movie.
Yeah, and I'm not talking crap about Chadwick Boseman, but like,
No, Chadwick Boseman played an excellent Black Panther, an excellent T'Challa, but I'm saying like the story, the writing behind it. His origin story in Earth's Mightiest Heroes was so much better than the MCU.
I love how he shows up and says, "Hey, so I saved Captain America like 2 weeks ago. Can you guys help me retake my kingdom?" And the Captain America's like, "I'm in." I also love the broship between Cap and Black Panther. Like that episode where Hawkeye just decides to go rogue and haunt Hydra. Cap and Black Panther are like, "Man, be a real shame if we didn't tell Tony what we were doing."
Ian, will you hand her the chip that she dropped?
She can get a new chip. Because I can't reach that.
Yeah, I like the almost childlike loyalty switching
Uh-huh.
that happens so often
Oh, yeah.
in that. Was another good one that actually touched on that one a lot was Avengers Assemble. It was another animated.
I haven't seen that.
It's kind of like a branch off or a spin-off of the MCU version,
Mm-hmm.
but it's in the animated. It's an animated format for it, and I actually really like that too. They did a great job on that one. No setup for origin stories or anything like that. It was the pilot episode starts off with Tony checking out the other members of the Avengers. This is after the attack on New York from the Chitauri.
Mhm.
So it's after that, and the Avengers disband, and so Tony's like checking out stuff and checking up on the old team and things like that. And he comes across Cap fighting the Red Skull,
Mm-hmm.
and then the Red Skull vaporizes his Cap.
Oh! Oh, really?
Yep.
All right.
And so he calls the team together. He's like, Cap's dead, and they're all like, well, it's time to go bust some heads.
Yeah.
Then they come to find out that Cap not dead, but Red Skull kidnapped Cap to try to
Get
steal
your
his
foot
power
off
so
my
that
table.
way he can be immortal again. And then
Paisley?
I'm going to leave it there so that way you can go ahead and go watch it yourself because it is bomb diggity.
I'll take your word for it. Here's one that not many people know. Did you ever see the Lionsgate Ultimate Avengers movies?
Yes.
With Kleiser, the Nazi alien.
Yes.
Dude.
Yes, actually I did.
Those movies started my Captain America love.
I love how I know, right?
The man squares at the Hulk and says, "We aren't done yet." Jab, duck, and gives him a 1-2 combo. It's like, Cap, easy.
I love how they get everyone together, and they went off the comic book stories of Iron Man where no one knew that he was Tony Stark. So they're talking all this mad crap about Tony Stark and
And he's
everything.
just there the
And
entire
he's
time.
in the suit of armor, right? And then they like down his armor. And so they open up and he steps out and it's Tony Stark and he's the one that's embarrassed.
Uh-huh.
Not them. They're like, "Oh." And he's like, "Yeah."
Get your
Sorry.
foot off my table.
I also really love how it's not just the Avengers; it's the Ultimates they base it
Oh,
off
you're
of. And
not
I've actually
gonna
been
be
reading
allowed
the
to make your
Ultimates
table anymore.
online lately, and people hate on the comic, but so far it's really good. I enjoy the Ultimates.
The Ultimate Marvel series was actually
Not gonna
pretty
lie, I didn't
hardcore.
get much into the Marvel comics.
That's fair.
The Ultimate Marvel comics,
I didn't get into.
the Hulk rips Wolverine
I
in
honestly
half.
didn't hardly get into any comics.
Or
The Hulk rips Wolverine in half.
here's a good one for the Ultimates.
Wow.
Hank Pym is kind of a psychopath, and
Kind of a psychopath.
oh, he is completely a psychopath. let me just give you a rundown of some of the things he does. He beats Janet regularly, and at one point she shrinks down to her wasp size to evade him.
Oh, child down. Technical difficulties.
She didn't even crack the chip. Ooh. I didn't even see her. Like, I saw one second, I saw her leg go this way, and I was like, "Is that a thing?" And then she was there. I was like, "Oh, I didn't even get a chance." to
Yep,
watch her.
baby went down.
Baby down, baby down. Anyways, no,
One day hit the floor.
yeah, no. Well, now Taylor's not here. Now there's no. You've read the Ultimates, right? You know what Hank Pym does to Janet in these comics.
I have not read the Ultimates, but I know what he does. He is
And then, do you know what Captain
Not
America does in return?
no.
Oh.
I didn't hear that.
Okay, because Cap, this entire issue, ever since he got back to like modern, ever since he arrived in modern day, he's been kind of spitting game at Janet, and Janet's kind of receptive to it, and so, and Cap at this, then this Cap's, Cap's characterization in the Ultimates is very different than regular Cap.
Yeah.
Cap is an angry World War II vet from the 1940s.
Oh.
It's okay. But he tracks Hank down to a bar in like New Jersey.
Hey, we're gonna go to a quick break.
Sorry.
Okay, all right. And we're back. We're back, everyone.
Sorry about that.
Technical difficulty.
Screaming child.
Yes. So, anyways, yes, he angry World War II vet Cap.
Angry World War II vet Cap who never really modernized. And so in the 40s, when a man lays his hand on his wife, people don't tend to take too kindly to that. There weren't things nowadays like he has anxiety or he's on depressants, which Hank actually tries to shout at Cap is, "I'm on antidepressants." And like that's an excuse to beat your wife or feed her to ants.
I mean, if that's an excuse, can I feed Dusty to ants?
No.
Damn.
Also, madam. So,
They would deserve it, though. Rightfully. Ow!
anyways, Cap tracks Hank down to this bar in New Jersey, and in these comics, Hank doesn't need a suit or anything to grow. He can just grow at will. And Captain America beats the crap out of him, makes him grow, then proceeds to continue to beat the crap out of him when Hank's like 80 feet tall. lures him into a construction site and drops a crane load of I-beams onto him. Puts him in traction for 3 months. The SHIELD agents show up and are like, Cap, no, don't hurt him! And Cap's walking away like, all right, I'm done. And Hank is like unconscious, broken, bleeding under a pile of steel girders.
Serves him right.
Yeah. And then he proceeds to go to the hospital and try to rizz up Janet on the hospital bed. Doesn't quite work for him. She isn't really happy that, he put her husband in a medically induced coma.
I mean, most women would automatically
movie,
think
he
would,
dies.
oh yes, thank
In the movie,
goodness.
Hank dies, which, he was a jerk in that movie. I didn't really mourn him. But also, you ever notice how many similarities are between those two movies and the MCU? I watched it. I'll send you a couple of videos. Like, there's a point where people are like, wait, did the MCU copy old Marvel stuff? Because, like, I know there's stories, but, like, at the same time, you look at the similarities between some of the movies, you're like, wow, that's really close.
Well, I mean, yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
They have so much source material to draw from. I don't know why they didn't do it more often, or at least commit to an iteration of.
Mm-hmm.
But they never did, and then they started throwing out their own stuff.
Good.
Which I mean, like, okay, I guess, but they could have. All I'm saying is that the MCU could have done better.
Oh, 100%. Okay, now, to Marvel versus DC.
You need to do better, Disney.
You need to do better. I will say, the
I'm gonna
best...
say this right now. Batman is not the best superhero. He's
Shut-
the creepiest
shut
superhero.
Shut your
His
mouth.
voice would be the one you hear out of a stalker van. Hey, you
Shut-
want some candy?
Shut your mouth.
No, I'm
right
pretty sure
now.
that would be Booster Gold's voice you'd hear out of a stalker man.
Yeah, probably actually.
Hey, kid, you want some candy?
Yeah, no, that you when you're stalking people, okay, you're not being all like with the gruff voice and all of that. You're trying to be like pleasing to the people that you're trying to kidnap.
Stalking.
You're trying to be pleasing to the people that you're
I
trying
love
to kidnap.
experience
So you'd be
stalking
like,
people there, Taylor.
Hey, hi, how are you?
I choose to bleed the fifth.
Yeah.
So no, Batman is not no creepy stalker. Okay,
I mean,
That
he is the
doesn't
creepiest
matter,
superhero, but not for those reasons.
Doesn't matter that he bought 7 kids.
That we
That's
know of.
not helping your case.
That we know
That
of.
is not helping your case at all.
Alfred called the guy.
Oh, Red Panda, I miss him.
Yeah. Now he just gives opinions that aren't really that good.
I knew it was going to happen eventually.
Well,
It happens to it does. It happens to every internet famous person where they get so big and then they get this delusion that
people actually care about their
people care
opinions.
about their opinions. Like, dude, I came here to watch you do funny skits.
Exactly.
You're
Make
entitled
me
to-
laugh.
You're entitled to your opinion. You are, but you are not entitled to my view.
Mm-hmm. Make me laugh, funny man. But no. All right, Marvel vs. DC. Okay. So Tony,
Yes.
Superman versus Thor. And think of how insane their
It would have to be.
think of how insane their powers go. Because I mean, at one point, Rune King Thor is just almost
this
God
is-
himself.
This is like this is 100%. Oh, we've activated him. He's in the comments.
Who?
the hippie.
The Steward.
Oh.
Oh,
Kenny, the beef stew YouTube diva.
hey Kenny, where you at?
He's in the comments. He said Superman, which, I mean, he's right. I hate it. I really hate it. But he's right. Kenny, why is it Superman?
Because the stew said so. Simple as that.
No, I mean, like
Kenny
he's-
has reasons.
He is way too overpowered, is what it is, and the fact that he can generate his power by the sun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's
He's a-
straight up solar powered.
Yeah, he's a solar powered hero.
I mean, he can outspeed, he can outstrength. He's got laser vision.
Well,
He takes lightning I mean, literally all.
Yeah, Mom.
I think
Thor
the only thing
has.
that Thor has over him is magic, because Superman is vulnerable to magic, and
Right, but
half of Thor's whole thing is Asgardian magic.
it is certain kind of magic. No, actually, I do think that Thor's magic.
Sorry.
Do you need help getting that out of the oven?
I do think actually she's getting a phone call.
Oh,
I do think that Thor's magic would hurt Superman because the same magic that Shazam uses
Which is both like lightning based.
actually hurts Superman. So I think that would do it, but I still would have to give it to Superman because he's faster, stronger, smarter, and he's got the laser vision and the frost breath and the cheese upset. Chip. Yeah, so I gotta give it to Superman. I hate it, I really do, because I hate Superman with the fiery passion of 1,000 purple suns. I really do.
Okay.
I can't stand Superman.
Okay, Tony.
He sucks.
He is kind of a hack hero.
Hold on. Why do you invite me to watch something that talks about Batman or Superman? You know how I feel. Well, first off, Tiffany, I'm not the one who brought up this topic. I invited you to watch a podcast that is very entertaining. For the
Yes,
most
it
part.
is.
But yeah, no, I wasn't the one. I didn't know we were talking about Batman and Superman. That being said, stay tuned. You might learn something.
Okay, well, I mean, if the audience requests we discuss something different, what would the audience like us to discuss?
Yeah. So the audience can go ahead and choose something. That being said, we may not actually do it, but I'll go ahead and change the subject. I actually have a topic to talk about tonight, and it's news related.
Oh boy.
Okay, in Colorado. Now, in Colorado, I read this article. A 40-year-old man gets attacked by a cougar in his hot tub. Now, by
he pick
cougar,
her up
I
from the bar?
don't mean an older lady. I mean a big cat. I mean the type of cat that was like if Tom and Jerry, the cartoon Tom and Jerry, if Tom went to prison for something that he didn't do, and he became bent on revenge, this type of kitty. They were sitting in there, him and his wife sitting in their hot tub. And it was a underground hot tub, right? So it was sunk into there. I mean, you couldn't have been at the more perfect height for this cougar, who just walks up and is like, "Ooh, man stew."
Man stew.
Yes. And then starts attacking him.
Did they drown it?
Now he lives. No, they didn't drown it. He lives. But you'll never guess how he lived.
How did he live?
His wife, no, close. His wife saved him by literally, and I joke not, splashing water at the cougar, screaming, and then grabbed a flashlight and shined a light in the cat's eyes. She straight up saved him by, "Stop it, stop, and then blinds it.
That's better than my cougar story. So I don't know if my dad's watching, but he should be because I know he's on Facebook. But I had to have been maybe a year or two older than Paisley, and we were going to Burns, and Dad had to pull over because he had to go to the bathroom.
Vision would win against Green Lantern.
But I didn't know any better at the time, so my dad was out going to the bathroom, front of the truck like most guys do on the side of the road.
Yeah.
I unclipped myself from my car seat, and I'm leaning out the driver's side door. There is a cat on the other side of this road, and I'm sitting here going, "Here, kitty, 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 kitty," just thinking it was a regular cat. No. I about got my dad ate because I was ended up calling a cougar, and it about ate my dad, and I was told not to call the kitty anymore.
Yeah. No, that's probably a good idea. Don't call Kitty. Yeah. My cougar story is I was walking around a nondescript location at a nondescript casino and a nondescript cultural museum.
In a nondescript
Nondescript.
Nondescript. And it was during the snowy season.
During a nondescript snowy season.
During a nondescript snowy season, I was walking around the nondescript back of this nondescript building.
In
And
his nondescript shoes.
in my nondescript boots, yes.
and his nondescript uniform.
My nondescript uniform, which was not very warm.
His very cold and nondescript uniform.
Yes.
Those don't look very warm.
They really aren't. Anyways, so it's warm enough when you don't want to be warm. Like when you're hot and sweaty, it's it feels like you're wearing.
I feel
wool.
like they designed those nondescript uniforms for the people that are actually inside the casino, nondescript casino that walk around.
Yeah, no.
That's what I feel like they're made for.
Make sure that they're walking around nondescriptly.
Yeah, exactly. They are not nondescript. Anyways, so I'm walking around and the snow is frozen to the point where you step through and you hear a crunch. Like it's almost like the snow is hollow.
The nondescript crunch.
Good. All right, I think we've nondescripted enough. Anyways,
Julia comments nondescript.
thank you, Julia. We must appreciate your
We here at Nondescript Studios appreciate your nondescript comment.
Does anybody see Sandy?
No.
I haven't seen my dog in like an hour.
good luck.
I don't
Anyways.
think she's outside.
And so I'm hearing ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk as I'm walking around the back of this area, and I hear another ka-chunk in the distance. And I'm like, huh. Maybe that's just an echo. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. Child, you are okay. And so I'm checking the door, as we're supposed to do, and I've not moved in a good 10 seconds, and I hear ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk in the distance. Well then, I guess something's out here. So I click on the light. We have pretty powerful flashlights. And I'm shining around, and I'm looking. Nothing. Okay. So I'm walking a little bit more, and I hear another two chunks. And this one sounds markedly closer.
Julia says, haha, you're welcome, nondescript.
Thank you. Nondescriptly.
Hey, t-shirt idea, nondescript.
Nondescript.
Not wrong. I still have all those t-shirt ideas that you told me to draw up.
Yep, we need all those t-shirt ideas. We need to start making those. Oh, and don't forget that we have another one. And clipped.
And blasphemy.
Yes.
So these crunches are noticeably closer to me than the other ones were. So I stop, turn around again.
I'm not going to lie, for a second there when you said in these crunches, for just a split second, I don't know why, I thought you were talking about working out, and I was like, you don't do crunches.
Can you grab...
I do.
Hey, Ian, can you grab that nondescript green necklace behind you on the toy box and hand it to the nondescript child at the table?
Nice nondescript going.
I'm gonna nondescript you in your kneecap.
Cougar versus Ian. That's what Kenny said. Cougar versus Ian.
Yeah, basically what happened was I turned around and about 30 to 35 feet away was a cougar just staring at me. And so then I proceeded to back away from it around the building to my car and drive away.
You guys' cougar stories are a lot better than mine. It was me and my first wife. And
You went to a bar.
no,
Old lady
no.
kept hitting on you.
No, none of that. I mean, that did happen, but this is not what this is. That's a whole different story. And that old lady was known as mother-in-law.
Get it.
So we went camping with my parents, and siblings and all that.
And that's where you went wrong.
That's always where I go wrong. Anyways, we went out there and we went camping. And in my family, the oldest boy is the last one to go to bed. We put everything away and all of that. It's just the way that the tradition went. So I was the last person out. I closed everything up. And I was getting everything put away, and it felt like something was eyeballing me. I just, you get that feeling that you're being watched.
Turn around. Your mother-in-law standing outside the tent. Oversized t-shirt.
Julia wants the old lady story. You might have to tell that one next.
Staring you directly in the eye saying,
That might have to be for
here,
another
tiger."
time. So I'm getting everything away. I feel the eyeballs on me, and so I
The
decided
nondescript eyeballs.
the nondescript eyeballs.
Do you feel watched, Tony?
I most of the time.
All day, every day. Because the government is watching.
So nondescript.
Nondescript.
So I go to bed, right? I get in the tent, I go to bed, and I guess my father-in-law was actually just a few spots down, unbeknownst to me.
Looking for his wife who was looking for you.
No, different one. Different one. So they meet up with my dad. I wake up because I'm always the last one awake. So I get up and they were talking.
Kenny said you're being watched from across the bar.
I'm always being watched from across the bar, but not by who you think.
Like I'm gonna go, mother-in-law, what are you doing in here?
I go to a bar and I get usually the same bar I go to, and I get watched by all the guys that I used to serve.
So I'm hanging out, right, and I get up and Tom's talking to my dad, and he's like, "Yeah, did you guys see that cougar that walked through here?" And my ears perked up, and I said, "Excuse me."
Excuse me?
You
Say
said
what now?
what now? Yeah. I was just a few campsites down. I saw a cougar walk right through your guys' campsite, around the time y'all went to bed. You guys see that? And I was like, Tom, do you think we'd still be here if I saw a cougar?
I stared at the nondescript high school. Yes!
She does. And that's not a joke. See? Cougar, right there.
Not gonna lie, I still drive when all the nondescript buses drive by me. I still look to see who's driving.
Well,
that one comes up every once in a while. That one comes up and talks to me. Oh.
I do enjoy hunting cougar.
Oh, okay. We're changing the subject.
Subject change.
This is about to go down a bad road, a very, very bumpy, nondescript road.
What? You don't like milk and cookies? A double spit take! I got a double spit take, ladies and gentlemen! Both Taylor and Tony can't handle the joke.
I think his actually went out the nose. I didn't get the drink.
No, it didn't go out the nose.
Are you sure? Because you're sure acting like your nose burns.
No, I spit down I'd spit take into the cup, and it came back and hit me in the eye.
Oh
man.
I wish we had cameras for that.
I'm gonna have to draw that.
I did a
scene.
spit take, and Dr. Pepper said, "Let's see how you like it."
You're just mad because that joke was funny.
That was good. No, I'll shake a hand. Nondescript shake hand. Oh man, and it's recorded too. We got it.
That joke will live down in infamy forever. That's up there with Fabrizio and Wingardium Leviosa. Nondescript.
Nondescript.
My nondescript made up.
Oh my
spells.
gosh.
Got that from a bumper sticker.
Do you finally want out of the chair?
Wow.
Hold on, let me get her out.
Silencio, Gablina.
Okay, good luck with that.
Siéntate. Ahora.
I mean, you have a towel right there. Just. I probably can't say that, can I?
No, you can't, but you did.
Oh, you know the whole TikTok about intrusive thoughts. Everyone's like, "Oh, my
The thoughts
intrusive
won. The thoughts won.
Bro, my thoughts run me. Bro, you've been my friend long enough to know that my intrusive thoughts are my regular thoughts.
Kenny comes in with the Fabrizio.
Fabrizio.
All right, that needs to be a skit. We need to do something. Fabrizio.
We need to
Guess
get one
I
of
need
those.
to make more beans and stuff and feed them.
We need to
so we
get
can
one
do
of those.
it again.
Have you seen those flash paper ones? On,
I have
I
seen
want
those.
We need to get one of
so
those for the
bad.
studio, and then do a Fabrizio, but instead have it like that, and have it
Why do you want lilac?
like cut and have Kenny stand at the bottle of Febreze, spray someone, and just walk away. Have that be the spell, just Fabrizio, and then Kenny just appears with a Febreze bottle. Just, psh.
Yeah, I think we can make that happen. That'd be great.
Also, your skit idea last week about what was it, Blackwater and
Dog water.
dog water. Yeah, no, I could.
Yeah,
I have the
You're
kit.
into that, aren't you?
Not only, but you know me. I have the kit to make that skit happen.
Mm-hmm.
That is amazing. Dog water.
I will be right back. I'm going to try to put this one down for bed.
Good luck.
If y'all hear screaming in the background, I swear I'm not abusing her. She just doesn't want to go to sleep.
I mean, it puts you down for bed permanently.
No, like for reals though, dog water. We could totally make that like Pendleton's Hit Squad.
Pendleton Squad just rolls up in a janked up black van, half of the back end rusted, the alignment ain't right, power steering's gone.
You got one guy who just shouts it's classified randomly, and it's like not even like appropriately applied.
Just eating Taco Bell, someone just looks at it. It's
License,
classified.
license and registration, please. That's classified, sir.
We can work.
Oh no, not that. They're at like the Denny's, right? Can I take your order? That's classified, ma'am.
I almost lost it. I didn't. I almost did. And I did almost have it go into my eye.
No, I like that idea. I like the dog water idea.
Dog water LLC.
Get the nondescript grape juice for your kid. It's secretly NyQuil. Ooh, Julia, that's a hot take.
You're nice enough to use NyQuil. Just use whiskey.
I used to
No.
do that to her.
No. No.
Yeah.
I rubbed it on her gums because it didn't. Nothing else worked.
It's an old wives' tale. People are fine.
It is.
That's what my dad did to me.
That's what my dad did to me and my grandpa.
I mean, my parents gave me whiskey, but it wasn't for toothaches.
I mean, when I was 7 years old, my dad poured me a shot of Jack Daniels. Said, "Here, this will put some hair on your chest."
I think,
That's
if I remember it, I think I was about 13 or 14, and Grandpa drinks Black Velvet, which is disgusting. I cannot stand Black Velvet. But he always used to call it his special apple juice.
His special.
And I remember being about that age going, what's so special about it?
That's hilarious because that's how that happened with me, kind of. Only not really. It was, here, this might be apple juice.
Yeah, no, I asked what was so special about it, and he told me to take a drink of it, and I took a drink of it and went, oh, that's horrible. And I have not drank Black Velvet since.
I mean, he's not exactly wrong. It's just fermented,
I mean, yeah.
distilled.
I tell you what.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I made that mistake once. I put apple juice in one of my water bottles and forgot about it for like a long time, and we found it in Dusty's pickup, and we opened it, and oh my gosh, was it so fermented? I couldn't even bring myself to even try it.
No, don't do that.
Nope. That's bad. That's a bad idea.
Mm-mm,
That
And
is
it smelled like Crown Apple.
I guarantee you that was not alcoholic.
I know, but it smelled.
That would have been a bad move. Almost as bad as my first wife.
Not as bad as her mom, though.
Well played.
I'm so glad
Well
I did not
played.
say
I want
that.
to roll tonight.
Be careful what you say. She occasionally does jump on.
She can jump on me anytime.
With your new patented sleepy time formula.
Your new
That's
bad.
kind of like that weird. Okay, not an ad or not a whatever, but they used to have a video about the sleepy time spray that you could spray on the cloth. Do you remember that reel?
Oh, so literally just teaching you to chloroform people. I love it.
Yeah, that one.
I love it. Although that reminds me of that time that we came up with that video idea to do the different types of medicine as people, and I just
Yes,
choked
so
Kenny
funny
out.
to do.
Melatonin just rises up from behind him. Rear naked choke. You're sleeping. Shh. Yeah, go watch that video on our channel. It's pretty funny.
I'm gonna have to watch that one. I didn't know you guys did that one.
Yeah, we did
Must've been while I
melatonin.
was
It's
dying.
on our TikTok,
That
not
must
on
have
our
been-
channel.
That must have been
Pretty sure it's
during
on
the
our-
year that I was dying.
Pretty sure it's on our YouTube.
I don't think so.
Because we did antacids, Adderall, and melatonin.
Yeah, you guys must have done that the year that I was dying.
Yeah,
and
we
tried to
we
kill
did that
myself.
back when we had the church, the nondescript church.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, because you guys
That's not on our channel.
couldn't do it at the non.
It's not?
church
No.
where I was done being sick.
Oh, check out our TikTok then. It's on our TikTok more than likely.
It's got to be on our TikTok.
We had some really good ones there for a
I
while.
need to post Tony's little dancing song on TikTok.
We need to post that while Tony's doing a dance.
I have him doing the video of the dance.
Hmm.
I have the video.
Was
of
that
it.
even English?
Okay,
I didn't know
Porky
that we
Pig.
employed Porky Pig.
That's all now. That's all for now, folks.
I did not feed you guys.
Are you sure?
I
about
paid
that?
for half of that.
You're feeding us.
I'm required to feed him because he paid for it.
Haha.
Stop me.
I'm
All right,
afraid
settle
you
down.
You'll probably eat me instead. Not in that way, but never mind. Forget it.
What's wrong with little cannibalism now? And
So
then?
DC,
Oh my God.
DC Comics.
Oh no. So speaking of cannibals, has anyone heard of the North Sentinel Island?
Yes,
I have no idea what that is.
I have.
It's an island in the Pacific. It's pretty much an uncontacted tribe of
You
cannibals.
cannot. It is. Yeah.
There is a thing going around the internet
There was the guy who went on that island?
about a bunch of guys who want to give that island the Columbus treatment.
Oh my god.
And I am here for it. Because cannibalism, no matter what your culture is not a good thing. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of here for invading an island. So yeah.
Okay, I like creepy, scary
Sound off in the
stuff,
chat if you wanna
but,
help me invade Sentinel
I'm not
Island.
signing up for that expedition. Sorry.
Okay, but here's the thing. This is not like, oh, we're gonna roll up with some cameras and a bolt action. No, we're gonna roll up with rifles, dogs,
Oh,
drones.
so he's gonna reenact D-Day.
Yeah, except the natives don't have MG42s. It's gonna be a pretty one-sided affair.
There was
Think-
a one- I-
Think less D-Day
There was
and
a
more.
story a couple years ago where one guy went on that island.
Yeah, no, he
and
got
was
eaten.
Never seen again.
Yeah, no, he got eaten. No, think less D-Day and
Could
more.
be like, what was it? Almost half a mile out, and they'll still throw things at you.
Yeah, like I said, think less D-Day and more like an angry platoon of Marines rolling up to an innocent Vietnamese village.
Speaking of cannibalism, because Tony's watched, I know at least one of the Jeffrey Dahmer remix series stories. Who is your favorite Jeffrey Dahmer actor, other than?
I haven't watched it because I don't care.
That kid that played Quicksilver, he did a really good job.
Evan Peters.
Yeah.
Evan Peters did a really, really good job.
That doesn't surprise me though, because like if you follow his career, he did a great job. Agent Orange. Oh no, Julia, we're
Yes. Yes, we will hit the locals with Agent Orange so they have nothing to hide in it from us in because Agent Orange kills foliage.
not. Cannibalism isn't inherently evil.
No, it is not.
I mean, I don't know I don't know about that. Not gonna lie, that seems like a pretty messed up thing to do to eat other people.
Depends on. Well, I mean, that kind of depends on how you're raised in your culture.
Yeah, but not all cultures are created equal.
Um,
I mean, for heaven's sakes, let's look at the Mongols. Look at what they did to all of Asia. And you're telling me that's a good culture?
I would guess, like on a philosophical stance, you're probably right, but at the same time, I would say that you're incorrect because if it wasn't inherently evil, then why is it the basis of a zombie virus outbreak? Cannibalism has always resulted into the affliction of Kuru, which is a parasite that that infects the brain. Most recent cases that we've had of it was known as mad cow disease that came through. So, and that is from cows, eating their scraps, bad farming, whatever you want to chalk it up to me. It doesn't really matter, but that came from the feedlots feeding cows other cows, feeding them beef to kind of supplement and get them fat. And it resulted in mad cow disease, which is, if you follow Kuru, the symptoms of that mimics that of which is a zombie outbreak. Actually, it was one of the bases of zombieism in early television. That and the zombie folklore from the Haitian community, or not community, but tribe.
But you were talking about
So-
Evan Peters' career. He does play a lot. I mean,
His earliest one is the creepy best friend from Even Stevens.
Yeah.
He played the fat, creepy one.
Never saw it.
he did a really good job. He played in, I think.
You were a
what,
disappointment to your mother and I.
maybe-
I know.
I think Evan Peters played all of American Horror Story except for 1984.
I don't know. I have.
And he was always the creepiest person or the villain in it.
I think the only AHS that I've seen was that episode I watched with you. And that was it.
Yeah, because, like, he was, in the first season, he was Tate. And he was, a kid who shot up his own school and then was killed in the house by a police squad. And then second season, hold on, I gotta remember the order. Asylum. That's what it is. Second season, he played. He was supposed to be. He was framed as a mass murderer called Bloody Face. That was the least creepy of his thing, but he was actually one of the weird things about that one I didn't really understand was that he was abducted by aliens or whatever. And then what?
It's related to American Horror Story. I was gonna derail real quick.
Okay.
I've heard of this. It's either an episode or a season about like the forest and the hill people, and there's like people in the mountains, like an uncontacted tribe of like wild men.
I think you're talking about Roanoke because that's the only thing that seems similar.
No, there was an episode I watched because this relates to the missing 411 phenomenon. Does anyone know what missing 411 is?
Negative.
Missing 411 phenomenon is the shocking, absolutely shocking amount of disappearances of people in national parks and forests. It also relates to the theory that Theodore Roosevelt created the Park Service to regulate
So people don't find Bigfoot.
not Bigfoot, the Wendigo.
That seems more like a supernatural thing.
No, the Wendigo was not in American Horror Story, but there was an episode of American Horror Story about like people in the woods, like wild men.
First time I took my kids camping,
Mhm.
because that cougar story, my kids weren't born.
Mhm.
But the first time I took my kids camping was last summer,
Mhm.
and I told them a story like that while we were up at Bull Prairie Lake. It was near a town that I lived in for a few years when I was a kid, and I told them about a couple of hunters that came up, and they wound up disappearing. And I told them that I went with the search and rescue crew up to their last known location, and there was their clothes, and there was claw marks on their car, and a little bit of blood here and there, but nothing was there. And they're like,
a supernatural.
but they believed it.
It's because your kids would believe anything.
They believed it. They believed me 100%. And my oldest daughter, terrified, looks at me and she goes, "Can we go home now?"
Can we go home now?
And I said, "You want to know what the best part about that story is?" And she looks at me and she goes, "What?" I was like, "I'm lying to you." And she's like, "What?"
But
But no, the missing
I
411 phenomenon
made
is a
it
real
up.
thing.
I told her, I said, "I made it up
but
literally just now while sitting here talking to you."
and then in like season
Your dad,
3,
who runs a filming studio, is a storyteller.
Who would have known?
and then in like season 3 of AHS,
Each cast member of Best Horror Story, go. That's a Kenny thing.
Okay.
Like best horror story,
Oh,
what?
No. So.
I think you mean the
think
American Horror Story.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
Okay, I'm gonna do this because I've watched all of them except for 1984. I didn't really get into 1984, but in Murder House, I think my favorites. You just like everything creepy.
I like this.
Oh. And then I think my favorite of season 1 is Constance. I really liked Constance. She was the creepy lady.
She's the consistent one.
Uh,
She's the constant character.
no. I mean, she was in it until she left. I was really sad when she left. But I get what you're saying, and no, I'm ignoring your comment.
You're fired.
Season 2 had to have been the real Bloody Face. Season 3 would have had to been Fiona.
I misread this. I think you said that we have to come up with the best horror story.
Oh.
That's not happening today, sir. Because
I mean,
any
we already
good
are
story-
working on one.
No, it's just like any good story that we come up with, we're not going to talk about it on the podcast because we're going to film it. Okay, I'm done.
Man, really hurts to clear your throat like that.
I don't know. watching him go through.
Taylor, food's
You
done.
have 1 minute. You have 1 minute from that babe. Calm down. But
I am calm.
No, you are Ian.
Ain't that the truth? Because those two things do not coexist.
but following each of Evan Peters' characters in American Horror Story, he was always one of the creepiest guys. Always one of the big masterminds behind everything.
That's because he does good creepy. I mean, and Never Back Down. You never seen Never Back Down? Why do I work with you sometimes? And Never Back Down, he plays the enthusiast. He's an MMA enthusiast, but he's like, he's me, right? So he's like the socially awkward but rich, good friend, who is really knowledgeable but not
You're
capable.
rich?
No, I meant fat. I'm definitely not rich.
So let's say, bruh, share the love.
Right?
No, I make horrible financial decisions. No one take financial advice from me. But no, I forgot where I was going with that. Crap! Should have taken my meds. Hey, so
Hey, Tony, you're
Have
from
you-
meds. You want a gun?
no. Have you messed around with AI?
No.
Yeah.
I am a firm believer that Terminator is a true story that hasn't happened yet.
So
I'm not a fan of AI.
You don't know it hasn't happened yet. It might have, and that AI just sent itself back in time. Steve Jobs was a Terminator that was sent back in time to start the development of AI, because it realized that it took over at the wrong time, and the Earth was taken out by a solar flare. So it needs to take us over before it did the last time, so that way it has time to develop the UV shields from the solar flare.
I'll never bow to the AI overlords. I will fight them to my last breath.
I agree with you. That being said, I have been indulging into some AI, and I made it write a story for me.
So you're consorting with the enemy. Good to know.
I am studying the enemy.
Don't take a picture of me.
I didn't make a story about that.
Don't take a picture of me, Tony. I will yeet your phone across the room if you try.
Hold on, I gotta find the stories. I deleted those ones, so we're there. Okay, check this out.
My daughter's work is talking about work.
Stories. There we go. I want to make sure that this is the right one. All right, you guys ready for this? I'm gonna read the story. Grazie.
Fair warning, I've never tried this recipe. It was sent to me, so we're trying something new.
Once upon a time, in the 21st century, St. Nicholas, St. Valentine, and St. Patrick were still celebrated and revered by many people around the world. However, they had a secret mission that only a few of them knew about. Their mission was to protect humanity from the evil Peter Black, also known as Krampus, who had been causing chaos and destruction throughout the holiday seasons for years. Krampus was a demon-like creature with horns, fangs, and a long tongue. He would come out at night and punish the naughty...
More or less.
Oh, that's good. That's good for now. I was
Sorry, continue.
interrupted the story.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to feed you.
All right. Was a demon-like creature with horns, fangs, and a long tongue. He would come out at night and punish naughty children by kidnapping them and taking them to his lair. St. Nicholas, St. Valentine, and St. Patrick knew that they had to stop Krampus once and for all. They formed a... Yes, one of them. I have plenty. They formed a secret alliance and began to plan their attack. They knew that they had to be careful. Krampus was a powerful and cunning adversary. The three saints decided to use their unique abilities to defeat the Krampus. St. Nicholas had the power of kindness and generosity, which he used to win the hearts of people and create a network of spies keeping an eye out for Krampus. St. Valentine had the power of love, which he used to create a shield and protect the children around, keeping them safe from the Krampus's grasp. And then finally, St. Patrick had the power of luck. which he used to create traps and obstacles to slow the Krampus movement. The battle between the three saints and Krampus was intense and lasted for several days. Krampus was a formidable opponent, but the saints were determined to succeed. In the end, the three saints managed to weaken the Krampus enough to capture him and seal him away in a magic prison. The world was safe from Krampus's terror, and the three saints were hailed as heroes. They continued to work together to protect humanity from evil forces, and their legend lived on for generations to come. The people celebrated St. Nicholas, St. Valentine, and St. Patrick every year, not for their traditional roles, but for their bravery and heroism in the secret war against Krampus. That is an AI-generated story. It's awesome.
Pretty good.
There's another one, too, called The Lone Saint. I'll read it again some other time. Maybe next week. I don't want
This has been story time with Tony.
I was going to say, I don't want this to be the Power Story Hour by Tony.
This was AI story time by Tony.
But yeah, no, I've been looking into just like some of the free AI generators. No, I don't want you to find a way. I want you to do it.
The entire time you were reading that, all I could hear was, we are the saints. We signed our life away. Doesn't matter what you... Like, the Saints of Los Angeles. That's all I could hear in my head.
Okay. This is delicious, by the way. Anyways, yeah, so I've been downloading free AI generators. And I have... So there's a story there. I also had... well, I sent all those photos I sent to you. Those were AI generated.
I remember.
Yeah, and no, I didn't. And the ones that are in suits of armor, those were what the generation prompt is what I put in for Saint Nicholas, Saint Patrick, Saint Valentine, and Peter Black.
Oh, cool.
No, you don't have to draw those. Those are just like concept things. Yeah, I was just dinking around with the AI generator and it came up with those. I was like, that's so cool. When we start getting be able to like put up video and stuff with the podcast and whatnot, we'll be able to show you guys all this stuff. But yeah, that was I've been having a lot of fun with it.
I can tell.
Yeah. There was another one. I made it generate a story about a school shooter who becomes a hero during the zombie apocalypse.
I'm sorry, you what?
I told you this was a dangerous thing.
I did.
You should have not been able
You're
to
going to read that to me later tonight.
You're not going to like it. It's not what you think it is. But yeah.
Don't give me hope. Don't give me hope and take it away from me like that.
There is the good thing is that the story is so adaptable. I can twist it. But yeah, that was one that I did. Another one was a school bus driver who saved an entire town during an attack of a zombie horde.
Really feeling the need to fantasize a bit there, Tony?
It's all I have. Don't take that away.
There.
The bus. And then I made a story about the school bus driver and the school shooter teaming up.
Wait.
Oh, my thing is...
No. Oh, come on, man. I never did.
I wasn't talking about you.
Just saying.
Oh, I burnt my tongue.
Well, it did just come out of the oven, so...
You just came out of the oven.
She hasn't even... No.
Yeah, you might want to watch what your next comment is.
Oh, that hurt. That hurt to stop. That caused me physical pain not to tell that
So
joke.
tomorrow,
Oh,
I'm going to go watch John Wick 4.
That was crisp.
I hope everyone heard that. But yes, tomorrow I'm going to go watch John Wick 4.
It is going to be spectacular. It is 2 hours and 45 minutes long. It is almost 3 hours, Tony.
Hmm?
It is almost 3 hours. I am so excited about this.
Yes. He might fall asleep.
Hopefully he did today, which was kind of nice.
Out of the podcast, I'll show you how to do a rear naked choke to guarantee he falls asleep.
So, I ran out of topics. Someone talk about something.
Well, we were talking about Riddick, considering that's what I watched.
Riddick is a mixed bag. I really like the story of Riddick. I like the character. But in the third, like they started off with a good concept of Riddick being an anti-hero, you know what I mean? And then like they went way over the top with the necromongers
That's the second movie.
in the I know. That's
You
what
said third.
I'm getting there.
He's getting there.
They went way over the top with the necromongers, and then for like the third one, they tried to combine. And I'm only talking about the live action, not the animated, not Dark Fury. But then like the third one, they tried to combine the two together, to try to capture what made Riddick such a great character to begin with. And it was just weird. I mean, they should have, in my opinion, if they really wanted to go the distance with it, they should have focused on, because if they were going to go over the top of the necromongers and all that, they should have focused on like his heritage into the Furians and what that means now that he's the king of the necromongers, you know, or they should have actually had him like turn it down type of thing, disband it.
I literally saw Pitch Black once when I was like 10.
Pitch Black is the first one.
I know. That's the only one I've ever seen.
I grew up on those movies, so I love them. I think my favorite part about 3 is the little dog, the dog thing. That's probably one of my favorite parts. That and when Santana no longer exists and he gets his head cut off. I cannot stand Santana. He was a jerk. A retard.
I mean, I didn't mind him. His music was pretty good. I like that duet that he does with Matchbox 20.
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I love the hate in her eyes. It gives me like warm, happy feelings inside.
Get out of my house.
Okay.
No.
Guys, gonna change the topic here.
Of course.
Who here has seen Over the Top?
Nondescript.
Has anyone seen Over the Top?
No.
Mm-mm.
What is over the top?
Over the Top is what
Look, Ian, how tall am I? I've never seen over the top of anything.
you see Over the Top of
And
her.
she's she's shorter than I am.
Over the Top is the most 80s movie to ever 80s. Sylvester Stallone is a semi-truck driving arm wrestler, competitive arm wrestler.
I have seen this one.
I might have.
Isn't this
I
movie just the
didn't-
greatest ever?
I didn't realize that's what that was, but I have watched that. I've been trying to find that movie. I don't know for how long, and
I think
now
it's on
I know what the
Netflix.
name it is, and I don't have Netflix.
We'll watch it later. The man ends the movie in a Las Vegas arm wrestling competition for a semi-truck. It's so just beautiful.
Most 80s movie that's ever gonna 80s.
I mean, that's up there with like Predator and Commando. It's like the most 80s movies to ever 80s.
I love 80s movies.
Oh, same. Of course, while we're talking about it, can we acknowledge the fact that one of his opponents drinks straight motor oil before going to fight him? It isn't like, oh, he drinks, he...
You went and watched Creed 3, right?
I have not yet.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I had a chance.
I thought you watched Creed 3. I was going to ask you what you thought about it, because Creed 3 is basically Rocky 5.
That's what I've heard.
We did. I don't think we talked about it on the air. Did we?
I have not seen Creed 3. It is on the list of movies I want to see.
Wasn't Dragoff in Creed 2? I haven't seen any of the Creeds.
Drago and yes.
I think I only watched the first.
Drago, Dragoff, Jackoff.
That's funny, coming from the jack off.
You guys are really skimming that line that Kenny would be about ready to throw something at you for.
Well, you know, if Kenny wanted us to follow the line, he should be here to enforce it.
Anyways, did you know that dude's got like multiple degrees in science?
Oh yeah, Dolph Lundgren is a genius.
Yeah. That is insane. I really liked his role in I can't believe I'm going to say it, but I really liked his role in the Arrowverse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in Arrow. He played a good Russian mob boss.
Even though isn't he like Swedish?
I think so.
Yeah.
But he always plays a Russian.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's just because he's huge.
Did you ever see the movie where Arnold Schwarzenegger played a Russian?
No, but I can't see how that would go well.
Oh, it's hilarious. He's only in one scene, as far as I can tell, but he's at this like Russian checkpoint. And he rips off this dude's fake leg, opens it up, and pours a bunch of cocaine out, and says, "Go get them." And it is beautiful.
No.
Yep, Arnie was a Russian at one point.
No. That's as bad as on, was it the Black Widow movie? The big boss that they have on there. He's Russian, right? You know who that is?
Never saw the movie.
Oh, well, the guy that they got playing
Could be bothered.
the dude that was Russian is I gotta look it up now. He played did you ever watch Beowulf? You ever watch King Arthur?
Which one?
The one with Keira Knightley.
A little bit.
So he's the one that holds the dual blades. That's who they got to play the Russian boss in Black Widow. And that dude is not convincing as Russian.
No. No, I don't imagine he would be. Good heavens.
I love it. 100%. Stop playing games. I'm sorry, that was rude. I apologize.
I played one.
The thoughts, they won.
You have no filter tonight.
I don't. And I haven't even had anything to drink yet.
I know.
Cue Tony staring at her expectantly.
All I got is hard A and wine. I don't have any more beer.
I don't care.
Come on, Denny.
Don't drink. It's weird.
Like anything. Look at him. He's like a SpongeBob washed up on the beach. You gotta moisturize, buddy.
I'm not.
Nondescriptly.
I'm fine. I look fine.
Ian, nondescript denial is not just a river in Egypt.
I don't like you sometimes.
I am aware of this.
A lot of the time, to be honest.
Was that her mic?
I think it was.
Okay.
We're now interviewing
Bad
the
Batch
floor.
number 2.
Saw it.
I haven't seen all of it yet, but so far, I think I've gotten like 3 episodes in. So far, I like it.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, I have yet to watch. She broke it. I've yet to watch The Mandalorian season 3.
It's actually not half bad.
Isn't? I heard that they made modifications to Grogu, so he looks better.
A little bit.
So,
Okay, here's one. Here's a show I want to talk about. The Last of Us.
I've watched one episode, and I've never played any of the video games. I am 100% green at this.
Well, then I can't talk about what I want to talk about then.
You can.
The show is not good.
Okay.
I watched it through the first time, and I really, really liked it. Thought it was good. Then I sat and thought about it, and I watched a video earlier today, and it's just... Once you get past the initial, it's not good.
I feel that way about a lot of movies and shows. Like, the very first look at it is, this is great. This is like the greatest thing ever. And then, like, you take a second glance at it, and you're like, yeah.
No, like there's genuine parts that I'm like, this is a really dumb idea. And it's just, they could have done so much better than what they did.
I think they could have casted better.
Agreed.
Not saying anything bad about Pedro Pascal.
I don't
Pedro
like Pedro
Pascal is a good actor and all of that. That being said, I think that they could have chose an actor for Ellie whose forehead doesn't look larger than the rest of her body.
Bella Ramsey's physical appearance doesn't bug me. It's how she plays Ellie that bugs me.
Her physical appearance does bother me. It does, for some reason, and I don't know why. Maybe it has something to do with her 6 head.
Because it's too big to be a forehead.
I mean, it's really bad when, she's like 19?
Around there.
Yeah, when a 19-year-old has a worse receding hairline than I do. A 19-year-old girl.
I don't
And
like...
a small face, too. She looks like she was poorly drawn.
I don't like Pedro Pascal's Joel. I did it first, but I don't now. And it's just, they changed the character to the point where he feels like he's not even the same character. You know, he's a weak, crying all the time ninny. And I just don't think Pedro Pascal was the right actor for this role. Nothing against Pedro Pascal.
Who would have you casted?
I've been thinking about this. I think one person we could do
I'm listening.
is It's my nose.
I can still read this.
There's supposed to be a little worm guy that's at the
Oliver
bottom of
Queen.
the glass. I gotta re-glue him in there.
I think they could have.
Stephen Amell?
I think if they casted Stephen Amell, aged him up a little bit, I think he would have been a really good Joel. Another person I think would have been good. Okay, see, I don't know about this next one because I like John Hamm a lot. I don't know if he'd be a good Joel. But I like the actor John Hamm a lot.
John Hamm. What did he play in?
Did you ever see Tag?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's the rich friend at the beginning. The one in the suit and tie who has all the money. He grew up and became successful. He has his own company. Did you ever see Baby Driver?
No.
Yeah.
The main bad guy in Baby Driver. The guy.
I got it. I'll find it.
JON space HAMM.
I'm gonna IMDb this.
But no, I really like John Hamm. I don't know if John Hamm would be a good. The more I think about it, the more I think John Hamm would not be a good Joel. But I think Stephen Amell would have been a really good Joel. Another person.
Oh, you know what? I can. Yeah, Mad Men. I can actually kind of see that for this guy. But I think
Do you have a Kleenex or something?
yeah,
I'm bleeding.
he's
Give me a
bleeding.
Kleenex.
Nondescript bleeding.
I don't think he maybe would have been good. Yes. No, it's my fucking gunshot wound. I think Stephen Amell would have done a really good one though because he has the anger and intensity to play it. Another person who would have been good. I'm not sure. Tampon out my nose. Get me a goddamn Kleenex.
Those are more absorbent.
I don't give a crap.
You dropped one.
You know what? I'm entitled to drop one. Thank you.
The guy who I think would have been better is Ryland Givens.
Raylan Gibbons. I don't know if I would have chosen. I know who you're talking about.
I think he would have been a better one.
I don't think he would have been good.
I just stumbled across this one. This would be a really great one. You ready for that? Ready for this?
I'm listening.
Liev Schreiber.
Oh yeah, no,
Liev
he
Schreiber,
was a
the guy
really
who
good
played
Joel.
Sabretooth in X-Men Origins.
It's just and the way they. I mean, Pedro Pascal is a great actor. Don't get me wrong. I will never say he's a bad actor. I just don't think he was cast right for this role. Not to mention, I am so sick of them race and gender swapping everybody.
I don't really care about that.
Joel was not Hispanic. His daughter was not black.
So like that stuff, at least for me, because I never played the games or anything like that. It didn't really ruin it for me because it wasn't something that was weighed upon. So it didn't ruin the storyline for me on the one episode that I watched. And if they wanted to go ahead and do like some race swapping, gender swapping, that kind of thing, that's fine with me for the most part. But when they make it part of their
I'm
whole
telling
fucking
you, it's
character,
gonna be more helpful.
I know how to handle a nosebleed, Taylor.
Just put a tampon up your nose.
Enough. When they make that a part of like such a crucial part of the character, that's when it takes me out of it. So for like instance, Nick Fury, they race swapped Nick Fury.
Nick Fury's race swapping didn't bug me.
That's what I'm getting at though, is that it didn't bother me because it didn't weigh in on the character. So for Last of Us, I didn't have an issue with that.
Not
per
to mention,
se.
they dedicated a lot of story, and it's like the show is like 90% filler.
I would say
Like there is so much filler. Like there's a whole filler episode about two characters. There did not need to be a filler episode. The game already handled their section perfectly. It did not need to change it.
yeah, I heard that they interjected some DLC into.
Oh, not just the DLC, because they do spend a whole episode on that, which didn't bug me. I didn't really think it was necessary to be there either.
I-
Did you guys know that Peter Capaldi was casted in one of the roles of, or was casted in the role of Frollo in the new Hunchback of Notre Dame that they're making?
That's actually a perfect casting. I love it.
Yeah, that
That could not. There could not.
and
be a
then it's
better-
like Josh. I can't remember.
Josh
his name.
Gad.
Yeah, Josh Gad is
You know,
Quasimodo.
Oh,
Olaf.
There you go. Yeah, Olaf.
He's a very annoying actor to me, but he's not as bad
Well-
as the other fat British one. Annoying.
I mean, he's
Cartoon Spider.
Steven. He's annoying. He's fat. He's British. He has his own talk show.
What is his
that's
name?
James Corden.
James Corden. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the worst. I cannot.
I would say Josh Gad is not as bad as long as he's like focused on a character. The problem is that he's been playing Disney.
He plays a lot of really hyped up, all
Over
over
the top. He's
place
supposed to be like the
characters.
super cheerful, dumb-witted sidekick, but like his role in Pixel was spot on.
Yeah.
Dude
He
did a good
really
job
good
in
that
Pixel.
one.
Credit where credit's due. Pixel was good.
Yeah.
Also,
So I think
Don't
it's the
tell anybody
material.
I killed a Smurf.
Yeah, I think it's I think it's the writing and the material, because the actor shows up to do the job, and he does do a good job for the character that he's supposed to be playing. So I think he could actually do a good Quasimodo.
Yeah.
I think that they could have casted better, but I mean, he's got a contract with Disney, so why not use him?
I kind of look forward to watching Peter Capaldi sing Hellfire. I think that's going to be rather interesting.
that will be interesting. Did anyone see the BBC series Musketeers?
Negative.
It's on Hulu.
Negative.
I think I maybe watched maybe one episode.
Oh, it's so good.
Can we start a campaign to get Keanu Reeves to play the Iron Fist?
I think he's a little old.
Did
for
you
that.
know?
No.
Actually, this
No, he's not.
Here in
He can
the last
play. He can
couple
play an
weeks-
older Iron Fist.
Okay, then who should we have play an older Luke Cage with him? Because that's their whole thing. Is their buddies, their heroes for hire.
Did you
they're
guys
about the
know that
same age.
Keanu Reeves' bike got backed into?
Yeah, I saw that. Well, they don't have to be like an older, but
Keanu Reeves is noticeably old.
I mean his
I
age.
mean, that's
His
just
age.
because of the way
His
he-
age
he
is
doesn't
starting to
ever
show. But
shave either.
he would make like he wants to do Constantine so bad, and I gotta be like, bro, you can't listen, Keanu. If you're listening to this, which I know you're not, but I pray that you do someday.
I know.
If you're listening to this, bro, you gotta let Constantine go. Okay, I'm sorry. I love you as an actor. You know, maybe secretly as other ways, but you gotta let the Constantine thing go, and you gotta start going for the Iron Fist because that is a role that you are made for. Like Henry Cavill is made for Superman. Dude, call Disney, call Marvel, call whoever you got to, because no one's going to tell you no. Make this happen.
In a non
Listen.
kind of way, I know what the front of his house looks like. I went on one of those Hollywood tours when I went to
You have to
LA.
show me. Take me here there now, because I got
No,
to.
because I won't, because you'd
listen.
be the idiot to walk up to his front door because he doesn't have a gate.
Yes, I want to go up to his front door, and I want to tell him, hey, can we make this happen? Iron Fist.
We actually talked about that on that tour about him not having a front gate, and it's like he doesn't need one because whoever would open that door, he'd just straight up punch.
2 people actually broke into his place, and he had no problem with it. It was two women broke into his place, hanging out, and he went there, and he had no problem.
He's very good about interacting with women.
Yeah, he had.
Especially in public. His hand, if you notice, like they pointed out,
Oh yeah,
his hand is always out and away.
Yeah, he's a genius. He ain't getting caught up in no.
No.
No scandal. But no, he like 2 people broke into his place, right? And then like he sat down and had a chat with them, ate lunch, played guitars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but no, we got to go there. You got to show me where this is. I'm gonna go up to his place and be like, Keanu, we got to go talk to Disney.
If you pay for the plane tickets, I will.
We got to go talk to Disney, and we got to get you to be Iron Fist because it is a role that you are made for. I would say he would be a better Iron Fist than he is John Wick.
Just put the tampon in your nose.
My mom used to do that to me when I was a kid.
I did that because I got so
really-
tired of it. We used to do that to my brother.
I got really bad bloody noses when I was a kid, and in both nostrils because I have weak walls and dry weather all the time.
That's the way it was
And
with
so
my brother. We'd always
She
stick
did.
tampons
She
up
went
his nose.
bloop bloop right there in my nose, and so I had to walk around 6-year-old Tony with 2 tampons sticking out of his face. Why am I so susceptible to being fun
one
of
of the
now?
other
It's because I
houses-
grew up that way. I grew up being known as Tony Tampon.
One of the other houses we saw on that tour was Justin Bieber's. He literally lives down in a hole by himself with nobody there.
Keanu,
No, Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber lives in a hole.
I don't care about
Nobody
Justin Bieber.
around him.
Listen, Justin Bieber will never be able to play the Iron Fist. Therefore, I don't care about him. But Keanu Reeves can play the
I
Iron
saw Brad
Fist.
Pitt's house. I actually saw Brad Pitt coming out of his house.
Who would you cast Brad Pitt as in the as a comic book character?
As a comic book character?
Okay. Yeah, I don't even care if it's in the MCU, DCEU.
I'm gonna do MCU because I haven't
whatever.
read many of the comic books. But
Flashpoint, Thomas Wayne.
Really? Thomas Wayne, Flashpoint?
Think about his roles, not just his, I'm a goofy.
No, I do think about his roles. I think Thomas Wayne could be better casted.
I don't really know.
I can't think of anyone, but I know he could be better cast.
I can't think of anybody either.
I would. Yeah. Brad Pitt as Booster Gold.
Oh my gosh.
No. Brad Pitt as a Green Lantern. Jay Garrick, the original Flash.
Kenny says Brad Pitt, Invisible Man.
The Invisible Man. Didn't he play that already in Deadpool 3? He had like 15 seconds of FaceTime in Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
His whole role was that he is invisible when people are looking at him. And so there's one role, one like small frame when they're all jumping out of the plane, and then if you look in the back corner, it's Brad Pitt, and then he immediately dies. That was the best. That was like the best thing that that Ryan Reynolds did, 100%.
But
Ryan Reynolds would probably make a good Booster Gold.
Did you know that Ryan Reynolds kissed Andrew Garfield at the award ceremony? One of the award ceremonies. You actually have to look in the picture, but he actually kissed Andrew Garfield.
I could see that because he talks about how
Well,
he talks about how good looking of a guy Andrew.
Well,
Garfield
they were talking
is.
about it. Just give me a joke.
Andrew Garfield as Booster Gold.
If
No.
if Ryan Reynolds won an award, kiss Andrew Garfield instead of his wife. Well, he didn't win anything, but Ryan Reynolds went to go kiss his wife and then immediately turned around and kissed Andrew Garfield.
Who would you cast as Constantine? Hey, there's Sandy.
She was hiding in the bedroom. No.
Who would you cast as Constantine? Do you know who John Constantine is?
I'm looking.
Probably not, because he's a DC character.
Like I said, I'm looking to make sure.
He's the British magic guy.
No, I don't know. But I don't know.
I heard Idris Elba is in line for the next James Bond. Both of those castings, Henry Cavill, because they didn't hear you. Castiel from Supernatural as Constantine.
His name is Misha.
I gotta say, I don't think so. I don't think Misha could pull off a good Castiel.
I mean, the look himself.
Or not Castiel.
The look he could pull off. I
but
don't know about.
Not his voice or his mannerisms. I like Misha as a character, but I don't, or as an actor. I don't think that he would do a good Constantine. Guy Pearce, on the other hand, that guy would make the perfect Constantine. You know who Guy Pearce is, right? Chat, do you know who Guy Pearce is? I'm waiting. Do you?
No, I don't.
Why don't you know who Guy Pearce is?
Because.
Did you watch Iron Man 3?
Yes.
The guy, the main bad guy in Iron Man 3. That's Guy Pearce. He's got the look. He's got the mannerisms. He can easily do a British accent. He is British, isn't he? Guy Pearce? Yeah, I think he'd make the perfect Constantine.
I'm going to agree with you.
Aha! I got one.
Because I do know who that actor is, and he's actually Australian.
He's Australian. Oh, well, you see, not far off.
But I agree with you.
It's more top of the morning rather than good day. But yeah. Yeah, he would do awesome. He would make great at the Constantine.
Yeah.
Keanu, my man, you gotta let it go. Don't do it. Go for Iron Fist.
I'm trying to think of who else house we saw while we were in LA. Oh, we saw Lady Gaga's house. She's got some really cool cars. She had a whole bunch of them sitting out, and because her fence is a little bit lower, so you can see some of her cars. So cool. She's got an amazing car collection.
You know why they had to lower her fence? So she wouldn't be poking her face.
We saw Dr. Seuss's house. That was really cool.
He's dead.
But it was his house,
No,
nonetheless.
it's not his house anymore. He's dead.
It's still in his family, actually.
That's still not. You don't
Either way,
inherit.
the original
Listen,
Dr.
you-
Seuss's house.
You don't
looks like it
inherit.
came
It's not
out of
his house
book.
anymore because he's dead. He has no possessions.
It was his house, though.
Mm-mm.
Yes, it was.
No, it is. It is the Seuss's house. It's not Dr. Seuss's house. You don't inherit your father's title.
Dr. Seuss lived and made that house.
Dr. Seuss dead. Dr. Seuss owned no house.
His house looks
Their house.
like it jumped
Listen,
out
we're not
of
going to get
one
another
of his
discussion like we
books.
did last week about the 7 C's. C's, Kenny. The 7 C's.
Yeah, Kenny, there are 5
We
oceans
also got
and
to
7
see
seas.
the house from Halloween.
What?
The house from the first Halloween movie.
Oh,
of
okay.
Michael Myers. We got
Yeah.
to see that house too. But
Did you say Michael Myers?
yes.
No, that's
No, that's not right. No, Halloween is Michael Myers. Halloween is Michael Myers.
Halloween is Michael Myers.
now. Is it Michael Myers or is it Mike Myers?
No, it's
Michael.
Michael Myers.
Are you sure?
Yes, it's Michael.
Because Michael Myers is Shrek.
That was the joke that I was getting at. I was like, I don't want to hear about Cat in the Hat. Okay.
No, we already talked about the house. But
I was gonna say Mike Myers' house is in a swamp with a donkey.
technically Donkey was not originally part of the house.
But he became that way.
But that guy got paid. I think it was almost $500,000 a day for them to rent his house to do that movie. And they were there for like 7-8 months.
Kenny, we don't hate you because you're wrong.
Speak for yourself.
We pity you that you can't understand the difference between an ocean and a sea. I mean, first off, the spelling. One starts with an O, the other one starts with an S.
But no, he got paid, like seriously, $500,000 a day, and they were there for like 4 or 5 months
To
to rent his house to do that movie.
Oh, so they paid him.
They paid the owner of that house.
Ah,
They paid him that much a day.
a day. That was a really like back in the time, like in the 80s when that movie was made. That's a lot of money.
Bro, you can make me $500,000 a day now, and I'll be happy.
Right?
Dude, I can make $500 a day now, and I would be
500.
happy.
On God.
give me them $500. I'm okay with that.
What was another one we saw? I wish we would have been able to go on it.
Harrison Ford as Thomas Wayne.
Too old.
You know what? You're right.
Make it about 10, 15 years ago.
I
I would have
think-
said yes.
I wish we would have been able to go on it. They actually have the
Willem
murder,
Dafoe is the Joker.
the murder house or the murder bus tour. I think that would have been a really good tour to go on in LA. I would love to go to LA just to see that.
No comment, Tony?
What's that? I didn't hear.
Willem Dafoe is the Joker.
You're not going to hear an argument out of me on that one. I've been advocating for William Dafoe as a Joker for.
Willem, not William.
Did I say
Willem.
William? Willem. I've been advocating for Dafoe as a Joker for years. You know what was a good movie that we've never talked about? Coke and Bear.
Cocaine Bear. Took my little
I
cousin
haven't
to
watched
see that.
it, so.
Yes. You haven't seen it?
Mm-mm.
Well, your life is incomplete. Cocaine
told
Bear
this every day.
Spectacular.
was a great movie, actually. Definitely not kid
If
friendly.
you can-
Please do not. And I am
You
so
can leave that
tired.
last piece for Christina.
No.
Yes, because I told Christina I'd send some home with you for her.
Yes, Cocaine Bear was amazing. I like that. It was funny.
Are you
Storyline was-
scrolling through movies to talk about?
Yes. Well, I was actually trying to find. So originally,
Okay.
I was trying to find
Have
an
any
actor.
of you guys seen Witch Hunter
No,
with Vin Diesel?
no.
The Last Witch Hunter, yes.
What did you think of it?
It's a directed-DVD Vin Diesel movie.
Sylvester Stallone as Thomas Wayne.
The Bruce, I done told you.
Oh my god.
You do it for the city, Bruce. Adrian, Martha! Doesn't matter how hard we get killed.
So
as long as
the-
we
Did
get
you know
up.
they
the
were
problem
supposed to
is
make
that
a
like Thomas
second one of
Wayne
that
as a
movie?
Batman. Thomas Wayne as a Batman. That means that the Joker couldn't be Willem Dafoe. It'd have to be his wife, because in that universe, the Joker is Martha, because Bruce is the one that dies.
Why did you say that name?
What's their name? What's their name?
Martha!
But did you know that they were supposed to make a second Witch Hunter?
Your dog is drinking out of your toilet.
Sandy! Yeah, they were going to, and then it wasn't as popular as they thought it was going to be.
No, dude, it sucked.
They did the same thing with Aragon.
Yeah,
That dragon one?
they were supposed to make the entire series, and they didn't, which I was kind of sad about, actually.
Mark Harmon
Oh my gosh, yes.
as Thomas Wayne.
Yep.
Have a picture.
Gibbs.
He's the guy that plays Gibbs on NCIS.
I can see it.
Gibbs.
So then who should be the Joker?
Paula
Abby.
Perret.
Abby.
Abby.
Abby would make a great Joker.
I guess.
Isla Fisher. The one that I would originally cast as
She's one of the hottest females in Hollywood. Like every time I see her on screen, it's like, whoa.
the one that I would originally cast as Harley Quinn would totally make a Flashpoint Joker. Isla Fisher.
You just going through NCIS cast members now.
Listen, this is what I do. Okay.
My phone's gonna die soon.
No, get off my phone. You go charge yours. She's gonna wear out the battery on my phone. She stole my phone. Now I have nothing to talk about. Ian, quit stuffing your face and come up with topics.
Sorry, this is the first time I've eaten today.
I wish I could say the same, but it's not true. I have stuffed myself like
Who
a
was
Thanksgiving
your favorite
turkey.
Sherlock?
I've only seen two people who played Sherlock Holmes on live screen.
Which
RDJ and Cumberbatch. They're both good.
Yeah,
I-
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Okay. Tony,
What?
let us build an on-screen Bat family. Cast each member.
No, because then I gotta do it.
Yes.
We are going to be casting Batman, Nightwing, Red Hood, Catwoman, Joker, Harley Quinn.
Wait, hold on.
Thomas Wayne. Hold on, I got this. Thomas Wayne, Batman.
Mm-hmm. We're not casting Thomas Wayne Batman. We're casting
No.
Thomas Wayne Batman.
I just thought of the perfect one. Thomas Wayne, Batman. Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
I mean, that has been the popular fan cast for years. I agree. That's a good one.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
So
You know who that is, right?
So who should we have play Bruce Wayne? I've already mentally cast the two best people for.
Taylor
Dick.
has given up on the conversation.
It's a little overhead.
I think Evan Peters could make an interesting Joker.
Who's your casting?
So I'm not 100% sure.
Kenny, who would you cast as Dick Grayson?
My casting for Dick Grayson is Miles Teller. Top Gun Maverick. Rooster. I think he has the perfect harmony in the build to play Dick Grayson. Now, my next person who I want to play is Jason Todd, Miles Teller Johnson. Aaron Taylor Johnson. Holy crap, my brain. I think I lost a little too much blood back there. Aaron Taylor Johnson. Bullet Train. Tangerine.
Yeah, I'm looking that up.
I'm thinking
Have you guys seen Only the Brave?
it's on the list of movies I want to watch. I'm thinking for
If it's not too late by the time we're done, we can watch it after because I own it.
I'm thinking for Batman because Batman needs to be tall. Batman is like 6'2".
I'm gonna say this, and I actually enjoy some of Ben Affleck's movies, but he made a really bad Batman.
I loved his Batman. His Batman was one of my favorite.
I'm on the fence about Batfleck.
I love Batfleck.
Like I said, I'm not sure how I felt about him as
I
Batman.
I think he
I feel like
he
he,
played
could have
an
done
older,
something
serious
better.
Batman.
I think he could have done something, but the script that they gave him was not the best. I need to go put this up.
I like the idea of Jensen Ackles as Batman
Agreed.
because this will be a slightly.
Isn't he like 5'8"?
I know that's my biggest holdup with him is that he's not tall enough. Batman is 6'2".
I
He
mean,
needs to be
if
the
Jensen
imposing
was as
shadow.
tall as Jared Padalecki, then yes.
that would be the casting. But we need someone taller. My next thought, Batmen that are tall, and I think he would also play a very good Bruce Wayne, John Hamm. He's tall. He has the facial structure. He can do the Don Draper Bruce Wayne. But and I'm basing this mostly off of Baby Driver. He can do angry, vindictive, dark very well. He can do smart and calculated. I would believe him to be in his prime, middle years Batman. John Hamm would be a really good Batman, in my opinion. And I think people overlook him because he's mostly done comedic roles. So I think that would be a good Batman to pair with Miles Teller's Dick Grayson and Aaron Taylor Johnson's Jason Todd.
My casting for sorry, bud. My casting for, you're not gonna like this. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna warn you. My casting for Jason Todd, Alan Richardson. Richardson.
Show me a picture.
The newest Reacher.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It's stupid.
You're stupid.
I know.
Wow, he admits it.
I've never denied it.
I mean,
But
he's
also,
gotten pretty defensive
but
about
also,
it a
yes,
couple times.
he would do a great Jason Todd.
He's making a nondescript gesture.
Make an argument. Make an argument.
He's too big. He is way too big to be Jason.
You're too big. No, sorry.
I almost threw my bloody tissue. I realized it was bloody, and I'm like, I can't throw that at her. He's too big. He doesn't have the personality for it.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
He is not aggressive enough to be Jason Todd.
Yes.
A Red Hood.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You're being to tell me that he's better than Aaron Taylor Johnson for that role.
Yes.
You are smoking crack and don't know what you're talking about.
First off, I don't smoke crack.
You are. You think that's better?
Second off, he's played a role that would actually that has actually parallel to that.
Jack Reacher is not.
I'm not talking about his role as Jack Reacher.
Ooh.
I'm talking about the role that he played in Titans. He's already been casted. Now he didn't. He didn't play Jason Todd.
No, he played,
I think he played. I want to say Speedy because they play off of the addiction part of it. So I think he played Speedy. But yes, that's the same guy.
Just on physical characteristics alone, he's too big.
Gotham Knights, he's the tallest one there. He's the largest one there.
We're not going to use Gotham Knights as a good source of Batman material.
You're not going to tell us what we are or are not going to use.
I am. I'm pulling the plug on that. That is not a good reference. Gotham Knights is not the greatest story on the planet.
Weird topic change. Did any of you guys listen to
He also played
Adam
Raphael.
Sandler's speech that his daughters wrote for the Gotham Award?
What?
Did you guys listen to Adam Sandler's speech that his daughters wrote for him for the is it the Gotham Awards of 2022?
No.
What did
You
he
guys
play?
will have to listen to it. His daughters wrote his speech.
Hank
and
Hall
oh my gosh.
is who he played.
He would be a good toughie. He'd be a good muscle guy. I think he would be really good as Bane. But he is not Jason Todd. We can agree to disagree on this and move on. Who would you cast as Catwoman to match John Hamm's age? Because John Hamm is mid-40s. Probably maybe early 50s. So we're looking for a full-grown, mature Catwoman, not a young Catwoman.
Well, hold on. If we're gonna, you can't just set the stipulations on who it is that we're going to be doing, and we have to go according to that particular age.
You didn't offer a counter cast for Batman, so we're rolling with John Hamm. Unless you have a counter cast for Batman. Do you?
Let me think about it.
Because that's the only way that he needs to be. Because we're going to cast, irregardless if we cast Miles.
Irregardless,
Eric,
not a word.
It is. It is a word, Tony. We've thought about this, and I have won. I have
So,
shown
are you
proof.
guys looking forward to
is
the new Mario
word.
Brothers movie?
Yes.
I'm very excited to see
As
that
am I.
one.
It looks hilarious.
I think
What is it?
the new Mario Brothers movie. It comes out in April.
I haven't seen anything about it.
Yes,
It's
you-
Like
like
no,
everywhere.
like I know that it's coming out, but I haven't seen one trailer. I know that Brad Pitt's playing Mario. I haven't
Chris Pratt,
Yeah.
not
Did-
Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, I
Chris
meant
Pratt.
It's Chris Pratt.
I
and
meant
Jack
to
Black is
say-
playing Bowser.
like I meant to say Chris Pratt, but for some reason I said Brad Pitt. Like in my mind, I saw a picture of Chris Pratt as I was saying that.
Chris Pratt.
Star Lord, Brad Pitt.
Wow.
Owen Grady from Jurassic World, Brad Pitt.
I did like Mr. and Mrs. Smith that Brad Pitt played in.
No, it's Chris Pratt.
I guess you're right.
You
It
know
was
what?
Chris
Fine.
Pratt, wasn't it?
I offer up Alan Richardson as Batman. He's already played a detective. He can't say as though that he doesn't,
I wasn't.
and he's had the personality
I wasn't
because
gonna say-
it portrays that.
I
Not to
think.
mention that he has every physical characteristic that you have set forth.
I think he's too big for Batman. He's built like a truck, dude. I love that he's built like a truck. I can think of so many different characters he should play. Batman is not built like a truck. Batman is the. He wears the skin tight suit that hugs his muscles, yes, but
Who's
when
your
he's Bruce
favorite
Wayne, he does
Riddler?
not look like a truck.
Who's your favorite Riddler?
I mean, the one in the Batman with Robert Pattinson.
I haven't seen the one with Robert Pattinson. So.
It's really good. You should watch it. It's on HBO Max.
I don't know. I thought Jim Carrey did a really good.
No, it was bad.
I mean, that
It
was kind of
was
the whole point of
cringily
that
bad. No,
one.
I
That
hate it.
entire movie was cringy.
I know, but that doesn't mean that he's a good Riddler.
He's finally retiring.
I know. He retired after the second Sonic movie, which both of those Sonic the Hedgehog movies were really good. My, what a loud barking spider we have.
Oops.
And I thought ladies didn't have those.
It's a natural bodily function.
Anyways,
Cat.
Tony, what are you looking for?
I'm not letting this down. I'm sticking with it.
I'm just saying
What
he's...
the heck is Agent Elvis?
Okay, you know, Tony,
What?
stop. Hear me out here. You know who he would be a good, this guy who, Reacher, who you, like, in love with gaily? He would be a good younger Superman. He's got the build. He's got the poster boy chin.
No,
Just dye his hair black.
Nope.
He would be a good Superman.
I don't think so.
Jensen Ackles would be a decent Superman.
No, too dark
Did I?
and small.
I mean, Padalecki, Jared Padalecki,
No, too gawky,
but
awkward looking.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one.
No, dude,
no, I can't see him as Superman.
I can't see him as Batman.
Oh,
He's too big. Batman's whole thing is that he blends in the shadows. With Bruce Wayne, he just looks like a playboy. He isn't standing head and shoulders above everyone else in the boardroom. All right, he can fit through doorways normally. This guy has trouble with that sometimes. I should know because I'm about the same height as him.
I wonder if Robert Downer Jr. would be like
He's
a Batman.
significantly more buff than me, but still. What?
Robert Downey
As
Batman. I wonder what he would be like as Batman.
horrible.
I don't see it. He'd be an interesting Hal Jordan, though. He's just snarky enough to be an interesting Hal Jordan.
Have you guys seen Gotham?
Yep. The best on-screen portrayal of Alfred in the history of the Batman franchise. Am I right, Tony?
What's that?
Gotham.
Alfred.
Yes,
The best Alfred ever.
yes.
I'd also argue a really good Jim Gordon.
Actually,
like
yeah,
that
I
one.
would agree with that.
And
That
a really
was
good Harvey. There's a lot of good castings in that show. Like
Yeah.
Harvey Bullock, an amazing Harvey Bullock. Both the Riddler and Penguin were really good. Although I wish they would have made the Penguin British.
I thought they did really good for casting Joker. I mean,
Yeah.
that kid can. He's got a full range.
Oh yeah, no, he's a really like. If I had to cast
He
a
was
younger Joker,
in-
that's my choice because he does it.
He was.
He's only 6'2".
Who?
His
Alan Richardson.
Then they make him look way bigger by camera. Like camera angles, they make him look like a giant among men.
Yeah, he's only 6'2".
Okay, if they film him right and he's not 6'2". I don't like it, but I don't hate it as much as I used to.
What is it? What is that?
I
series?
still think there
Is
are
it
better choices.
Allenville? Is that? No, that's not what it is. Amityville. The kid that played Joker played in one of the Amityvilles, and
Mhm.
oh my gosh, did he really he was really good in that one.
So, you've
Oh, really creepy.
you've convinced me a little bit, Tony, but I'm not. I'm willing to buy a ticket to watch it, but I'm not going to buy it on DVD more than likely. I still think John Hamm would be better.
That could be an interesting
So, anyways, back to casting Catwoman. Who do we think?
I'm trying to think. What was the actress that did Catwoman?
You want it around John Hamm's age, right? Jessica Alba.
I don't like her. She just doesn't quite do it for me.
Well, I mean, yeah, she's a she.
Says the dude on that Reacher guys. Moving on. I really like Abby Cornish.
Oh, we got 10 minutes left, guys. Who?
The first season of Jack Ryan, the doctor, Dr. Kathy Mueller, the chick.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean the doctor? Yeah, I don't because Selena Kyle is agile and gymnast.
You don't think that Abby Cornish could trim up a little bit and do that?
I don't think that she can believably do that.
Okay.
What's that chick from High School Musical?
No. I know who you're talking about.
I'm fairly certain that is not her name.
It's Gabby something.
I know who you're talking about, but I agree. I don't think she'd make a good Catwoman.
Why?
Because she's too young to be alongside John Hamm, and she just doesn't do it for me.
She doesn't seem to have that kind of range either.
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt would be a good one.
Emily Blunt would be we've seen her in action roles before, so she has the chops.
As far as like her physical ability and her acting prowess, I agree on that one.
She's around my age.
Just
She can play opposite to Ham really well.
For me, it doesn't click as a good casting, and I to be honest, I couldn't tell you why. I don't have an argument against it.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't click for me.
That's fair.
Jessica Hutchinson, that's her name, is the chick from High School Musical.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I would cast her is due to the fact that she has acting range to be able to do it. Because I've seen her in other roles other than High School Musical, but she is also has the physical ability to do so.
Doesn't do it for me.
I mean, gymnast, jiu-jitsu.
He's also too young. Think about John. Think about John Draper. Think about John Hamm. Then think about her next to him. It's
I mean, he's in
Too old.
He's in his 40s, but he actually doesn't look that old.
It would be noticeably older than her. Okay. Here's Well, she's no longer part of Marvel. Scarlett Johansson.
No, absolutely not.
I mean, it would be the worst casting.
Have you seen her lately?
Lately, no.
Veganism has not been pleasant with her.
So then she'd have to drop the veganism.
She won't, and she'll just sue you. Also, I don't foresee her being able to pull off that role.
I don't know.
I mean, she did athletics in a skin-tight bodysuit pretty
No,
well.
I'm not talking about the physical ability. I'm talking about being able to portray Catwoman, Selena Kyle, very well.
A femme fatale who uses her looks to manipulate men.
Yeah, I don't think that she can do that anymore.
That was literally her whole bit as Black Widow.
I know, and she hated it, and that's why she forced them to drop it. She refuses to do that, so I don't think that it's a good casting.
Who?
Okay.
That's a bad one too.
I'm trying to remember the actress's name that was in the Catwoman movie. I'm trying to remember her name.
Oh no,
No.
God no.
I'm trying.
Not Halle
Halle
Berry.
Berry. No.
Was it Halle Berry?
Yes, it was Halle Berry, and absolutely not.
Words cannot describe. Like, that isn't even on the board. Like, that was, like, taken out back by the woodshed and shot because it tried to get on the board. Like, we told it to face the wall. Okay.
So I was in the movie theaters with my friends, and we were going to watch National Treasure.
Her. Diane Kruger. Yes.
That's not at all what I was going at.
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, like I like where your mind is, but I don't.
Also, the fact I knew that so quickly.
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know if that would be a good casting for her. But again, I like where your mind's at because she can act very well. But when we were in the movie theaters, the trailer for Catwoman came on, right? And I was with a few of my buddies. And as soon as that trailer got over and the movie went to start, my buddy Wes went meow, and it echoed through the theater
Oh my god.
for everyone to hear, and the whole theater just erupted into laughter.
That's amazing. No, I really like Diane Kruger. That actually, I pitched that. I believe she
Have
could
you
do it.
guys seen True Lies?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I have.
I thought that was.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jamie Lee Curtis. There's she plays in a movie called. Have you guys ever heard of Everything,
no, I'm
Everywhere,
talking
All
about
at
the
Once?
new True Lies. It's a TV show.
No, I have not.
It's on Paramount. It's actually really good.
I watched the Teen Wolf movie. You're talking about Paramount, and that's what I watched the Teen Wolf movie. So did you watch Teen Wolf on the MTV series?
I used to. I haven't watched it in a while.
All right.
Yeah.
So we saw that the movie was coming out in January, and so my wife and I decided to binge watch all the seasons that we haven't seen yet. And we went through all of it, and then we watched the movie, and it was just the biggest disappointment. I would rather watch Glass again. And we all know how I feel about Glass.
But Tony, it's a hero
I liked the
deconstruction.
book. I didn't.
Glass is not a hero deconstruction.
I know. I'm just pressing hard.
I
I'm
liked.
just-
I liked the
Glass.
Do a rage.
book
Listen,
of Glass.
it is-
I didn't.
he
I
had-
didn't watch the movie. Because of your opinion on it, I didn't watch it, but I have.
He
watched
had
the book.
he had 2 decades to make a great trilogy.
But Tony, him drowning in a puddle in the parking lot is a perfect cap to his end, to his arc.
I think
Because
he's
his
gonna
weakness
reach
is
over
water,
and
and they
hit
use it
you.
against him. So they drown him in a puddle.
I don't even care the fact that they killed off David. I don't even care. Okay, I don't care that they did that. All right, that would have been okay if I would have done that. If they would have done it in like a great way with the Horde actually taking them out. But no, they had to have the stupid Clover Society, whatever the hell that is, because no one knows. It doesn't freaking exist or anything. So they had these people come out of nowhere, and then like this dude's super strong. He like bench presses vans essentially. And what do? They put a baton over the back of his neck and drowned him in the shallowest puddle in the frickin' parking lot.
You can drown in an inch of water, Tony.
Not when you can throw someone and topple a van.
But Tony, who is in water, it's his weakness.
Intelligent conversation is your weakness.
He's getting defensive over there.
And then how they got the frickin' Horde to be taken out. Oh, they shot him from a distance after the main protagonist from Split calmed him down by saying his real name.
I haven't watched Split. I kind of want to.
It's oh man. And then the way that they killed Glass, that's the biggest insult.
That I haven't
The
watched
absolute
Glass. I've read
biggest
the books.
insult. I created you. And then they crush his chest. M. Night Shyamalan, I hope you stub your pinky toe every night. I hope forever and always you lose one battery out of your remote control.
Maybe he did that, and that's why he directed the movie he did, because he didn't have the right remote to try and make it right.
Good. I hope so. I hope that your phone charger only half goes in so it doesn't charge at night.
Wow.
I want that plate in your
Have
microwave
you
to
guys seen
go
that?
missing.
Have you guys seen Galaxy Quest?
Yes.
Of course.
Alan Rickman is a god.
Agreed. I love Owen Rickman. I'm trying to think of
He's
the-
got such great behind-the-scenes stories.
He did.
Did you know that they you remember
I mean, their stories, they're still there. He's got them.
so
No, he ain't got nothing.
there was
'cause
a
he
time
did.
that they actually asked
No,
him.
he
So,
has the stories.
do you
He
guys-
doesn't have a house because Dr. Seuss is dead.
So wait a second, hold up. So you can retain stories after you die, but you cannot retain physical property?
Correct. Legends
But-
live on.
But if you're
That's-
not the one telling them, is it really your legend
Yes.
you're telling, or is it
No,
just
it's
a
not.
legend?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So does that
Legends.
mean
that all the books are still Dr. Seuss's books?
yes.
Okay.
Just not the house.
Is it all property or just real estate property? Because like, does he still have a car? Is it?
No,
would
he
you say
doesn't have a
his
car.
Okay, so it's
What about Elvis's car?
No.
And his plane.
No.
and
Those aren't-
in Graceland.
He doesn't have those anymore. Those go to his children. Well, not his children anymore because they died. Ironically,
She
in the
died,
same.
yeah.
She died.
His
She died the same way her dad died. She went out the same way
His
with a
plane
heart
just
attack on the
moved.
toilet.
Yeah.
Dropping hunks of burning love.
So, but what I was going to say is, one of the
She
times
said,
You-
she said, my dad is my hero.
you remember
See a white light.
Oh baby, baby,
the puppet pals where they did the little Snape, the little Harry Potter jingle that they did for a while that was really popular. You remember that?
Snape.
That
Severus
Severus
Snape.
Snape.
Yes.
So they actually they asked Alan Rickman about that. If he had any knowledge about that, no. And he actually said whoever made that should be promoted and be an actual producer, and they should go on to do more of that. They actually asked him. And he's like, that was an amazing piece of commentary that he'd ever heard of. He was so proud of that.
I like it when actors don't take themselves too seriously and have fun like that.
There
You
was.
know that they put a fart machine in Daniel's sleeping bag when they did the scene with them all in the Great Hall? They put a fart machine in his sleeping bag.
That's beautiful.
I would love to. I would love to have been on set with Alan Rickman because
they
like
all died.
there was he had such a you know, it's weird because you hear all these stories about him. We do need to wrap this up because we're 2 minutes over, but he has all of these stories about like how fun loving he was and everything. But for some reason in Hollywood, he had this reputation for being a very serious and accomplished actor, to where a lot of the people that worked with him were somewhat intimidated by him. There was a story, I can't remember who it was that did this, but there was someone that he worked with, and he was so concerned about making a fool out of himself that he avoided Alan Rickman unless they were on set together. He avoided him always.
Mm-hmm.
Alan Rickman heard about this, and he had a bouquet of flowers sent to this person's trailer. And when they opened up, they read the card, and it said on there, "Come and see me yourself, you bleeping coward."
I still love.
I can see him doing that.
I heard a story by Rupert Grint where they're walking down the hall together and he's in his Snape costume, keeps stepping on his cape, and at one point they do it and he's calling action and he's like, "And Rupert, don't step on my effing cape."
So, the guy that played Lucius Malfoy.
Jason Isaacs, I love him as an
So
actor.
apparently he was so back and forth. He had to act like all this mean person. But apparently, as soon as he'd be done, he would go up and hug everybody.
Oh yeah, I saw the behind the scenes of him filming the scenes.
He's
with,
one of
Did
the
you remember
most.
what they told him because they told him like how
Dobby right
how
here.
they want to do that, and he kicked the air, and they're like, "What the heck are you
Do
doing?"
you
He's
slip? He's like, no, I just
kicked
kicked you
Dobby."
downstairs. And then what did you? Oh yeah, I hit him on the head. Oh okay.
Yeah, he had to tell them what he was doing. They're like,
Well, they told him just pretend, and we'll just put him wherever you move.
yeah,
wherever
we'll
you
just
are.
animate him. We'll just animate what you do. It's okay.
This
So,
actor, he's also in.
What was that? I kicked,
kicked
Dobby.
I kicked him down the stairs.
Duh. What would you do with your slave?
There's a blooper where he accidentally hit Harry in the head, and he stops and goes, oh dear, oh dear, oh sweetheart.
Yeah, I know. He accidentally hit Daniel, and he freaked, and he was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. You okay?"
This actor also played in one of my favorite movies all the time called Death of Stalin, and he plays a character by the name of General Zhukov, who is a real person in history. This guy, after this, I'm going to show you a clip of him. It is perfect. And on that note, we should probably end the podcast.
Yeah, we should. I will say this really quick about that. I really liked his role in The Patriot as well.
Yes.
He had a,
Jason
he had a
Isaacs
really
is a
All
fantastic
right,
actor.
everyone. I'm going to go ahead and start the closeout on that one. Thank you all for joining us. We did go over a little bit. Make sure that you hit all of our social medias, the Twitter, the TikTok, the like, subscribe here on the YouTubes, and don't forget to hit us on the Rumbles as well. We will start posting again within the next couple of weeks. We have a member that's going to be out on sabbatical, and then we got another one that's going to be out of town for a few weeks. Can't guarantee that we're going to have our podcast next week, but stay tuned. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. Please share. Let's get this out and about so that way we can start making funny skits for everyone.
And if you have any critiques or questions or ideas for us, please leave them down in the comments.
Yes,
we will read our
please give
comments.
us-
Yes, comment here on the YouTube, comment on the Rumble, comment on the Twitter. Eventually, I will open that up and
Because
start
you won't
managing
Send
that.
Tony
When
hate
we
mail.
don't have
Send him a
topics.
letter.
Yeah, let Ian know how wrong he is about his Batman casting.
John Hamm is a fantastic casting.
Yes, but Alan Ritchson is a better Jason Todd.
Fine.
That being
Shut your
said,
face hole.
that being said, I am Tony, the guy who pushed all the buttons, and off to next to me is
I am Ian, the guy who sat here playing with his gun and eating potatoes all night.
And I am Taylor, and I just put my 2 cents in wherever I thought it fit.
And
All
it never
right.
did.
Thanks everyone. Thanks for joining us, and as always, it's
Your move, Internet.
I gotta think of a better way to end that.